be CG1 Peace Culture Village Global Engagement Internship by Alex, Brandon, Hannah, Jacqueline, Kayla, Kevin, Lynn, Mason, Moa, Nina, and Yuran.
About Peace Culture Village. Founded in 2014 by Steve Leeper and Mary Pompeo, PCV has been educating people about the harmful effects of nuclear weapons and their use during the Second World War. Centered in and around Hiroshima, PCV has been working recently on expanding their organization to a more global one and has been excited to have their intercultural conversations on peace and its many manifestations in various parts of the world. On the left, we have CEO Steve Lepper, and on the right, we have Mary Pompeo.
PCV has various projects and programs. As you can see in the photo, they have Peace Dialogue, Peace Park Tour, and the farm.
Some of PCV's mission and impact is to create a sustainable, universal well-being. They've been working on teaching a new generation of global leaders through their Peace Culture Academy, virtual tours of Peace Park, and opening dialogues. They've also been working towards promoting sustainability with their PCV farm and telling the stories of Hibakusha, who are atomic bomb survivors. In this picture, you see Peace Park and various people taking this virtual tour created by PCV.
Some of the goals of PCV is to learn about the stories of everyday citizens in Hiroshima and the impact of the bombings on their lives. They also encourage students around the world to engage in dialogue and get to know individuals from different cultures. And they also help PCV grow as an organization to expand and spread its mission internationally in the future.
These are some of the accomplishments that we achieved during our time with Peace Culture Village. First, we researched the stories of atomic bombing Hibakusha, or survivors, and we learned about their lives. Next, we generated proposals for PCV's future global expansion. Next, we synthesized our learnings into a testimonial and motivational video for participants of PCV's Peace Culture Festival. And lastly, we organized and facilitated a 2-hour-long dialogue for PCV members to learn about dialogue skills and engage in dialogue with us and with other participants. On the top left, we see a picture of us presenting some of our proposals for PCV's expansion in the future. And on the bottom left, we have an image of the Peace Culture Festival.
Some of the challenges we faced while working with our GEI were idea generation, finding creative ways to teach others about our learnings and dialogue experiences, cross-cultural communication, discovering how to interact with and communicate openly with individuals from a different cultural background, and multitasking, balancing competing deadlines and managing multiple project streams and integrating them into a final product.
GEI experience what we've learned. The pervasive negative impact of atomic bombs on Japan and survivors, lifelong intergenerational challenges. The importance of advocating for world peace and good international relations to prevent future violence. The positive role dialogues play in informing relations between cultures, active communication, collaboration, and facilitation skills.
GEI experience, our impact. We learned about and advanced the stories of Hibakusha, which are atomic bomb survivors, generate ideas for PCV's future growth to advance their mission beyond Hiroshima and make individual stories known, engage others in dialogue best practices to advance open communication and active listening skills, build relationships with students/young adults from a different culture, and also provide them with an opportunity to learn about our experiences. On the upper right photo, we have the very first time that we met our GEI supervisor, Mary. And so it's a screen grab from Zoom. And on the bottom photo is a group photo of everyone in our CG during our first CG meeting.
Growing up in the United States, we were taught about Hiroshima mainly from the perspective of the US. We were taught that the utilization of the bombs were the only way to end the war and to never question the validity of this method of keeping peace. Thus, I didn't think too much about the atomic bomb, nuclear war, or even Hiroshima itself.
We learned about the destructive capabilities of nuclear weapons, but we never talk about nuclear disarmament or the survivors' stories. We didn't learn about the victim stories, but rather classify them as a number worth sacrificing for to end the war. We saw nuclear weapons as a way to save lives and end World War II.
As a STEM major raised in the US, I've only really learned about nukes either through a scientific or an American-centered lens. And I've been taught to distance myself from nuclear weapons because World War II was so long ago and so far away.
Growing up in China, the bombing was only a short paragraph in the history book that put the World War II to the end. I still vividly remember the small picture of a human shadow etched in the stone by that paragraph. At the time, I didn't understand how powerful and catastrophic the bomb was.
After learning about Hiroshima and reading Hibakusha testimonies, I've realized the power of individual stories and the importance of finding peaceful ways to resolve conflicts. This experience has made me more interested in helping advance world peace and encouraging mutual understanding between people from different countries.
I have realized that modern nuclear policies are not as inflexible as claims. Japan has proven that a nation can feel secure without needing nuclear arms. As a result, there must be a global effort to aim for reconciliation and non-violent solutions.
I want to acknowledge what has happened in our past and move forward together to learn and grow. This will help create a stronger unity amongst our peers to help culminate a stronger future.
Meeting and learning about like-minded youth activists in Hibakusha working for peace has encouraged me in my own activism here in the US to take a stand against gun violence and find nonviolent solutions.
I want to take what I've learned about Hiroshima and Nagasaki and apply it to other aspects of my life. Approaching the world with a peaceful mindset is an invaluable tool that I plan on using in my career, political activism, and at home as well.
So, to all of you youth peace leaders attending Peace Culture Festival, and to all the atomic bomb survivors and everyone working for peace in Hiroshima, because of you and your hard work, the world has less pain and more beauty.
Because of you, more people around the world have the opportunity to learn about the harmful effects of war and nuclear weapons and take action in preventing future acts of violence.
To the peace builders of today, please continue to do what you do best. Encourage discussion by introducing the topic to your family, friends, peers, or to a broader audience, and be innovative by reforming current institutions. You are making an impact through every act, whether small or large. You are building on the past to create a peaceful future. To the next generation of peace culture leaders, while others before you laid the foundation of peace culture, it is you who must carry on their legacy. Don't feel discouraged if you ever find yourself not making as big of an impact as you intended. As you continue to build a community of people who value peace, your voices together will be amplified. You have so much potential to make an impact, and we encourage you to do so. And to the Hibakusha, thank you for sharing your stories with the world. You are our teachers. Your courage, perseverance, and wisdom will continue to be the driving force that allows us to push the boundaries of peace culture for generations to come.
Thank you all for listening. And on the next slide is our works cited page.